Pascal. You are now rocking with that dude Pascal. We be going wild, Haitian in the building, so original. Got the haters catching feelings. Get your hands up to the ceiling and keep them held high. Cause St. Louis isn't ready. Forget about it, goodbye. Hold on, we just saying hi. Five somebody, rise up. Weekdays, catch us live. Somebody, let's go.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Pascal Show. I hope you guys are all doing well out there. We got some breaking news. Man, crime never sleeps. The news never sleeps. But I wake up this morning to open up my phone to all these articles, all these things popping off saying breaking news. And this is wild, y'all. We got some breaking news. And I said it on my shows before we get into things. I might have to sit here and say, my bad. I might have to sit here and say, I was wrong. And that's okay. That's okay. That's why we do this, right? To get on here, talk, speculate, get these things ruminating in our minds, and try to see if we can solve the case. You know, that's what we do, right? But we have definitely got to talk about this. We are going to get into the conversation. It's the main topic. It's the only topic we are talking about for today, this morning's show, because this is some wild stuff, y'all. Sounds like there's a confession, and apparently the handyman did it. And a handyman did it in the basement with a candlestick. He didn't really do it with a candlestick, but you know what I'm saying. If you know that movie, comment in the comment section and let me know if you know what movie I'm talking about. But it's very interesting. Excuse me. This whole thing is very strange and very, very interesting. But at the same time, hey, if this is what it is, then it is what it is. So good morning to everybody. Thank you guys, all y'all, for starting to file in and all that. Be sure to hit that like button down below. Send those likes all the way up. You know, we've been talking about this story and this case for a minute now. Now we got some more information. Apparently, there's going to be a press briefing with the police in a few hours. So I'll probably be back on live again to watch that, to do a little watch party on all that. But we can at least talk about the things that we do know, especially the things that have been covered in these articles that I see right here. So do me a favor, hit that like button down below, send it past 100 likes. That would really, really mean the world to me. Okay. And of course, do not forget to hit that subscribe button. Your boy's out here working very, very hard. And I know there's a lot of other YouTube channels that are working just as hard, but hey, it'd be really nice if just 15 cents a day, I can get a bowl of rice. So please hit that subscribe button down below. I'd really, really appreciate it, okay? And join the family, because our family's amazing and it's growing rapidly. Let me just say that really quick. Before we go into this story, let me tell y'all how amazing every single last one of y'all are. Every single last one of y'all that have been tuning in, even on the replays. I know, I see you over there with the replay. I see you. I'm just going to say, you guys are incredible. I appreciate every single last one of y'all. None of what I'm doing right now would be possible if it wasn't for every single last one of you guys out there commenting, laughing, crying, arguing, joking. All that would not be possible if you guys were not on this show and in my life. Real talk. So I just wanted to say that really quick. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. I love my fam. Okay. Greatest family on the net. Okay. So, and I appreciate you guys going on this crazy roller coaster ride with me, which is this wild, crazy, true crime. Almost feels like this should be straight out of a Lifetime movie or one of those crazy whodunit romance thriller novels. You know what I'm saying? This is some wild, wild stuff. So we got to go into it. Yes, live and learn. Oh, dang. I'm just saying, you guys, I appreciate y'all. That's all I'm saying. You guys are dope. But anyway, we got to get into some things, okay? So let's jump into it, okay? First off, we got to do a little bit of a recap. All right. And we got to bring up this woman's face. Orsolya, okay? Orsolya Gaal. All right. And hopefully I'm pronouncing her name right. Somebody messaged me the other day on how to pronounce her name. And of course, shout out to Nur because she tried to correct me on this ish as well. Actually, let me make sure I got that one more time because I got that in my messages. 1 second. Oh, Orsolya Gaal. Orsolya Gaal. All right. 51-year-old Orsolya Gaal was found in a duffel bag, a hockey duffel bag, about less than a half a mile from her actual $2.1 million home. She lives in Queens, New York. It is a very nice and beautiful suburban town or area. There's a nice mix of different walks of life, many different races living all together in harmony. Suddenly, a jogger or a walker walking their dog finds her body folded into this hockey duffel bag. And of course, everyone's speculating a whole bunch of things. And even me, I will say that, even me, even I was sitting there going, something's not right here. To me, it makes me think of one person. But we are going to get into that. Now, first off, just want to make sure I have the right article here before I do anything else. Looks like we are good. Yep, I got the right article. So we Gucci. Okay, so their 13-year-old son. So real quick, she's a mother of two. She is a wife too. So she has a husband and two kids. The two kids, Jamie and Leo. Jamie, who's the older one, was in Oregon with their father. All right, Howard Klein. They were out looking at colleges while this whole horrific thing went down. So he's in Oregon with their son, their eldest. The 13-year-old Leo is chilling. I'm assuming chilling in his bedroom, playing video games, probably blasting music, doing whatever he's doing, not knowing what was going on that Friday night. Now, everyone's wondering what the hell was she doing Friday night that would cause her to be in a place of danger. Well, she went out. She was kicking it with some friends, or actually, she went out with a man. I'm sorry, they've changed the story now. So when she went to the Lincoln Center, to see a famous, one of her favorite composers with a man, with a completely different person. Then she went to a place to grab a cocktail, and then she came home. She went outside to walk her dog. But when she's getting the drink, she's in the drink. She's having a drink with a man. Okay, and I'm assuming it's the same person that she was on the date, listening to this favorite composer of hers. Okay. They go and grab a drink. She goes back home. The neighbors say that they saw her taking the dog out so he can do its business. You know what I mean? Take a dookie, do an amber turd. You know what I'm saying? But outside, not on the bed. Okay. So they went out and did that. All right. She's on the phone, allegedly. I mean, maybe she's just texting people, whatever. She goes back inside, and then the horrific event goes down. Around 12:40, she was unalived. She was no longer on this planet. This person stuffed her body in the duffel bag, or a hockey duffel bag, and then carried her, dragged her all the way for less than a half a mile down to the end of the street, and then took off. Cops come in, of course, because the walker found this bag with her remains in it. They followed this blood trail all the way back to the house. They knock on the door. The son opens the door saying, "Hey, how you doing? I don't know where my mama is." And then they bring him in for questioning. They handcuff him. They bring him in. There's a whole display, and they find out that he's not our prime suspect. So they let him go with family relatives. All right. But the funny thing is you look that they find that there's a Nest security, like doorbell camera, some footage from a doorbell camera of this person dragging the body. And we've seen it, and I'll show you guys the still once again. What the heck? Okay. I'll show you the still once again. And to me, it just seems like this person is very, very, I just feel like he's small in stature, at least. Okay. But this particular person apparently is somebody I was totally wrong. Allegedly. But we're going to get into this article here in a second. Okay. Because you already know that I've had my theories. I've had some serious theories, y'all, on who this could be. I was leaning towards somebody related, maybe her son. Obviously, it was all speculation, just because of all the stuff that's presented in front of you. He was in the home when this horrific event happened. She was stabbed 58 times, a little less than 60 times. And then the crime scene is just an absolute mess. Absolute mess. That's what they say. That's what the investigators are saying. Absolute bloody mess. All right. So, of course, in my mind, I'm going, oh, this must be this must be a kid. A fit of rage, in a fit of rage. So on and so forth. Well, looks like I was wrong, y'all. Looks like I was wrong, babies. And like I said, I have no problem sitting here saying, my bad, I was wrong. But it does seem still a little bit strange to me. Okay. And I'll explain here why in a second. So we got it right here. Breaking news. Orsolya Gaal's the suspect who murdered, allegedly, in the murder of Orsolya Gaal, is a 44-year-old man who was her handyman. He has now been arrested. And of course, he was the one who stabbed her 58 times and stuffed her into a duffel bag. Now, let's get ready y'all. This gets crazy. All right. A 44-year-old man has been arrested for the murder of Queen's mother, Orsolya Gaal. David Bonola, sorry. Let me say that again cleanly. David Bonola, his name is, he is 44 years old. David Bonola has been charged with murder, criminal tampering, and criminal possession of a weapon. So he must have had like some sort of gun on him or something. Okay. Very interesting. It remains unclear how he knew Gaal, who was stabbed 58 times in her home in Forest Hills on Saturday at around 12:40 a.m. So basically Friday night, Saturday morning. I would just say Friday night, but that's just me. Okay. But social media suggests the pair were romantically involved. Yeah. So they were knocking the boots. They were knocking the boots, y'all. Allegedly. In May 2020, Bonola left several comments beneath photos of Gaal. Among his comments, among his comments was one telling her that she had the look of love. In another, he told her she was the most beautiful woman in the world. Yeah, that would say a lot. You know what I'm saying? The look of love. The look of love. You know what I'm saying? Isn't that a song? But anyway, real talk. You got him going in there and just blatantly basically saying, like, you look like you had some good loving last night, just so you know. Yeah, that was me. But I can't tell everybody it was me, but I'm going to tell everybody it was me without telling them it was me. You feel me? The posts were just 2 weeks before Gaal's husband reported her missing briefly on May 29th, 2020. Now, here's this interesting piece, because in the past, there was like some sort of photo that she took. There was like one photo that she took that she was like in the middle of the road, that she posted online right before her husband just, of course, was like, "Where's my wife?" There's a photo of her in her photo of her shadow in the middle of an intersection, and then all of a sudden she allegedly went missing for a little bit there. Could she have been going and chilling with homeboy? Could she have been having a romantic rendezvous with this particular dude, with David Bonola? Hopefully he's confessing everything right now. Hopefully he's telling us everything that we need to know, which, like I said, they should be having a press conference here fairly soon. Fairly soon. Okay? But it is very strange to me that this guy was already going on and saying, "Oh, you got the look of love," or, "You're the most beautiful woman in the world," so on and so forth on her social medias. You know what I'm saying? If like, just so you guys know, side dudes and side chicks, you don't do that. Just so you know. Clearly he was trying to claim her without actually claiming her. You feel me? I'm sorry. It's just weird. And if I was the husband and I saw those things, I'd be like, baby, what he mean by this look of love comment? What does that mean? Sup with that? Okay. And she did disappear. She did disappear for a little bit there. So it's weird. It's a very weird situation. But maybe this is a Jada situation where she was allowed to just entangle with other people without any problems. Maybe there was an arrangement and an understanding. I don't know. But the fact that she went missing briefly last May, or sorry, 2 Mays ago, seems a little strange to me as well. So I think that she was on like a romantic rendezvous with the dude. She needed to get away and started smashing with this guy for a weekend or something like that. It's crazy. She returned home shortly afterwards. It's unclear how much contact the pair had after then on social media or in real life. The NYPD is scheduled to give a press briefing. Press briefing. A press briefing, I'm assuming, at 11:30 a.m. later today. Now 11:30. I'm assuming it's 11:30. 10:30 my time. I'm thinking that's Eastern Standard Time, but I do not know what time they're saying, what they mean, because this is a British media junket. So I don't know what time they are actually saying they're going to do this thing. So if anybody knows the actual time, like Eastern Standard Time, please let me know so then I can figure it out, configure the time and make it work for me. Right? Okay. Janine says, also it should be now. It should be now then. Okay, let me take a look here really quick, because I'd like to make sure that we have that up and ready to go just in case. Because I think we would all want to hear from the horse's mouth what's being said here. So 1 second. Let me just pull this up and we can all watch it together. You know what I'm saying? Right. I think it's going to be in about an hour. Just so you guys know. So maybe 10:30 my time. Yeah. I think it's going to be my time. Yeah. So we'll wait. We'll be on here. I'll be on here. And I will wait and we'll watch We'll watch all the ridiculousness and the craziness and the salaciousness of this all. So when it gets on and popping, then we will watch it. Okay, just so you guys know. Yes. So crazy stuff. I got a comment here I want to pull up on from Facebook. Thank you so much, Marisol Pena. Thank you so much for the comment on Facebook. Why must her dirty laundry be spilled publicly when this poor woman is dead, and may she rest in peace? That's absolutely you have a point, but I can understand why the dirty laundry, and we're not talking about Brian Laundry. We're talking about the dirty laundry, the tea was spilled. And I can understand why, because of how this woman was just horrifically taken from this planet. Also, the fact that those pieces of evidence got us to where we are now. If we didn't know that she was already talking to many other dudes, if she wasn't already having conversations and trying to holler at other people, we may not have found out anything about this handyman, and so on and so forth. But I do understand what you're saying. Of course, I'm not trying to pull her out into the middle of the square and do a public quartering. But the information out here has been very helpful to find out who this person was. And also, you got to put in consideration, this was a crime of passion. 58 times, the way how messy this was, so on and so forth, how the crime scene is, etc. It's pretty wild. It's right there on the surface. You can't help but just look and see what's going on. And like I said, without that information, David Bonola maybe could have still been at large, and all that. But let's continue here. I do appreciate that comment, though. It is true. A lot of these people who are victims end up getting thrown out into the square, and there's a public quartering of all of their personal things rather than just getting straight to the facts, Jack. And I see that. But the facts on the T just happens to be facts as well. You see what I'm saying? Which kind of sucks. It just sucks. But let's continue on with this article, shall we? Because there's more. There's more. Okay. So they didn't know if they were still in contact after after she basically ran away with him, had a romantic rendezvous, I guess, with him, where the husband was calling and reporting her missing. Okay. The NYPD is scheduled to give a press briefing in about an hour. And if I go over, please just hit me up. Let me know if you see the press briefing popping off. Let me know, because I want us all to see it together. Okay. Bonola is understood to be in custody at the 112th precinct in Queens. Police sources cited by NBC say he is the quote unquote handyman suspect that is believed to have had access to the home. Others, cited by the New York Daily News, claimed the pair were having an affair. We already knew all about that stuff, okay? And Bonola, I guess this is a conversation that they were having. And I guess this was the comments that he was having under, yeah. Yeah, he really was saying The Look of Love, the song. That's funny. That's really funny. Because that's what he's saying. The Look of Love. Wow. He really didn't care. He really didn't care. So this is the handyman, allegedly. This footage that we see is the handyman. That is some wild stuff, y'all. Bruh, I'm sorry. I still, to me, it just felt like something else, but like someone else. And if this is all true, if this is all 110% true, like I said, I'm going to wait till we hear from 5-0 what the Popo say. But if this is all 110% true, then I was wrong. 110% wrong. And I got, I'm going to take an L on this one, because, all the all the facts and all the information seemed as if, yes, it's either a disgruntled ex-lover, or could have been that her 13-year-old son that was inside the house chilling in the cut. And you're telling me he didn't hear nothing? It just seems strange. That's why I was like, okay, the way he's the stature, the way he's standing, so on and so forth, the fact that he lives inside that home. I was like, that's too convenient. But I was wrong. But we will wait and see what the police say during this press briefing. Okay. So interesting here, though. He is from Richmond Hill, a neighborhood in Queens that's a stone's throw from where Gaal lived with her family. So maybe that's the reason why he was on foot. Man, that's wild. Detectives believe the pair argued inside before Bonola allegedly took her life. There have been confused reports over where exactly inside the home she was attacked. Some sources say evidence points to a struggle on the first floor, but others say she was killed in the basement of her home. And that could very well be it. He could have just surprise attacked her right through the door, right at the front door, or they could have had a big dramatic conversation that escalated. And then he was like, he just attacked her, and maybe she ran to the basement, or he attacked her and then dragged her down to the basement so he can do what he needed to do, so he can get rid of the body or put the body out of the way so the kid wouldn't come out of the bedroom and go, "Hey, mom," you never know, right? But that's where they're trying to figure out how this all went down, which is terrible. Gaal had spent Friday night at a show. Here's the information I was saying in the very beginning. She spent Friday night at a show at Lincoln Center in Manhattan with girlfriends. Okay, they say girlfriends here. I heard a guy, but now I'm hearing back to girlfriends again, and maybe that's the 110% the truth. She then returned to Queens sometime before 11 p.m., stopping for a drink at the Forest Hills station house, where she had a Moscow mule. She then walked home to Juno Street. It's unclear if her killer was already inside the home or if she let him in afterwards. But at 12:40 a.m., she was stabbed 58 times in the neck, torso, and arm. So she clearly was trying to protect herself at some point. Her 13-year-old son, which I thought was probably suspect number one, was upstairs in the house at the time. At 4:11 a.m., the suspect wheeled Gaal's body out of the house in a duffel bag. Like I said before, he had time. Everyone was sitting there going, "Well, what are you talking about?" No, he had time to either figure out what he was going to do next, then try to figure out where the bag is to put her in. It does, or maybe he tried. Oh my God, I know this sounds weird, but what if there were other bags and stuff like that? Not bags, but maybe other little carry-on suitcases, so on and so forth, that he was trying to go, maybe I could. No, that doesn't work. That's not big enough. And then he turns and sees the hockey duffel bag, and he's like, well, I'm going to see if I can make this work. That takes time. A human body, especially if it's just dead weight. Sorry for the pun, but if it's dead weight, that's a lot of dead weight, y'all. That's a lot. And then trying to, you know what I'm saying? Finesse and maneuver this body into a bag? That I don't think that's something that you just do like that willy-nilly. That takes time, especially if he just straight up lost it and he just snapped. If he just literally snapped like that, what if he needed a second to calm down or come down from that blind rage? And then it was a hyperventilating for a little bit, having a moment of, oh my God, what the hell did I do? And then it was like, okay, oh my God, I don't want to get caught. What do I do with this body? So on and so forth. He had time. He sat there for 3.5 hours before he took her out of the house and walked her down less than half a mile. That's some wild stuff, y'all. Some wild stuff. LM, thank you. Pascal on point, bro. Appreciate it, bro. All right. Like I said, this is all this is all speculation from me. This is all my own private, personal speculation. But like I said, this is just so strange, y'all. And I would think that he would be coming down and being like, from hyperventilating, freaking out for a little bit, going, oh my God, I can't believe I just did that, so on and so forth. What do I do now? What next? What next? He had hours to figure that out. That's what I think. He was filmed rushing past houses, dragging it behind him before dumping it half a mile from the property on a busy side of a road. It was found the next day by a dog walker who called the police. Cops then followed the trail of blood left by the dragged bag back to Gaal's home, where her son was still inside. And here's the home. And of course, there's neighbors that saw her. Allegedly, some neighbors have been asking questions about, some neighbors have been, questioned about all this as well, because obviously there might have been somebody that heard some commotion or an argument popping off in their house before her demise. They found Leo inside unscathed and took him in for questioning, putting him in handcuffs before letting him go later that day. So they already went through all that. They did their due diligence, said, hey, looks like he wasn't involved. Looked like he really didn't hear anything. And we're going to let him go. Gaal's husband, Howard, and their older son, Jamie, had been on the West Coast, but they rushed back. They have not been seen or heard since. Interesting. In the weeks since her death, there have been numerous reports based on unnamed police sources that Gaal had been having an affair. And here's the thing. There were other men that she was talking to as well. So she was having an affair. And I said this before, man, and I'm going to say it again. Maybe he did what he did. Maybe he is the one, because apparently you'll hear it in a second, because it's wild what goes down. But I still feel like, I don't know. I'm not trying to stir the pot, but it just seems strange. The husband was tweeting things in a very interesting way and all that. I just keep thinking that this could be a very Michael Douglas, A Perfect Murder situation here. But like I said, that is just speculation. That's just me taking a shot in the dark, But somebody has already come out and said, hey, I did it, so on and so forth. But you're going to hear it in a second. In the weeks since her death, there have been numerous reports based on unnamed police sources saying that she was having an affair. Cops focus on the unidentified handyman, which is now believed to be David Bonola, who said who they said knew his way around the house and might have had access to the spare key. Whoever killed her, they said, had not been planning it, and left a sloppy crime scene that likely contained the killer's DNA. Because I'm sure within the crime of passion of that acting of stabbing, the knife will slip, the knife can cut you. There's obviously some sort of struggle that goes on. She could have been trying to scratch his face. So there might be DNA under her nails, so on and so forth, unless he cleaned that up. But if it's already a sloppy crime scene, doesn't mean that he's going to be cleaning her up. No, he just stuffed her in a bag and dragged her down the street really, really, after calming down and trying to figure out how to get her out of the house unseen, right? He left a blood trail for 5 blocks from the house. It was like a trail of breadcrumbs. If you want to kill somebody, you try to make it a little cleaner. be a little more prepared. He didn't go with something to move her body. He took something from the house. I'm sure with that kind of blood, there's a lot of DNA there. The killer's DNA has got to be in that blood. It's not a clean scene. This is what a source told the New York Post on Tuesday night. Excuse me. Neighbors and friends described her as a loving mother who was dedicated to her husband and kids. Now, that is not entirely true. Okay. As far as her husband goes, I don't think that's entirely true. But as far as her kids, absolutely. But clearly they were on a, they had an understanding. There was this clearly was, she was having an affair. Who's to say that the husband didn't know anything, right? Or there could have been an arrangement, an understanding. Maybe there was. But for me, when I hear, oh, she was dedicated to her husband and her kids, but then we find out that she had fits of infidelity. No. I don't think she's dedicated to the husband. She's dedicated to the kids, no doubt. But she ain't dedicated to that husband. Let's keep it real. You out here in these streets hollering at other side dudes. That's not a good thing. Just saying. Okay. But let me see if there's anything else in here because there's more to this. This is the article that I got and I was reading about all this, but let's see here. Because I've also heard stories where he turned himself in, that he literally walked into the police precinct and said, like the dude John Doe from 7, I hear you're looking for me. You know what I mean? Like literally. But I'm kind of waiting to see what the police say as well to it as, on top of it. These are the things that I'm hearing. You know what I mean? For sure. But of course, trying to find all of it. Oh my God. We have a photo of the dude. We officially, because I was wondering if there was a mugshot or a photo. This is the worst photo ever. But oh wow, he is he got some crazy like 80s hair type stuff going on. You know what I mean? Long locks. Wow, this is the dude. Okay, guys, I'm gonna show you guys this dude. This be the dude. This is David Bonola, everybody. Or allegedly, this is David Bonola. This is according to New York Post, so we got to take this in stride. But this is what they're saying. This is David Bonola. Hold on, I'm going to show you guys this article here. All right, he's the handyman lover is now in custody in this woman Orsolya Orsolya Gaal's death. So David Bonola, and this is the worst photo to ever have. This one's terrible. Okay, they should have just tried to blown up this one. This one's a little bit better, in my personal opinion. All right, that's definitely New York. Yeah, that's New York for you, baby. All right, so that is David Bonola, y'all. All right, David Bonola was taken into custody and charged with murder, criminal tampering, and criminal possession of a weapon over the brutal weekend stabbing. NYPD confirmed early Thursday, this morning, okay? Multiple sources told the Post that Bonola was the handyman thought to have also been Gaal's lover, and that he gave a full confession after his arrest. He confessed, y'all. He said, I did it. He was picked up thanks to a pair of blood-soaked boots left in Gaal's stately Forest Hills home after she was stabbed nearly, well, let's say 60 times in the early hours of Saturday, sources say. So, he left some boots and he gave a full confession. Me gone. Me gone. Me done. This bumble. Okay, look at this, y'all. Look at this. Man, first off, let's look at this man one more time. Like a good photo of him. They have other photos that I saw in a like this little photo video collage thing. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, he got his Lenny Kravitz going on a little bit with the her and all that. But he left his boots. He left his boots. And Bonola, I don't know. Bonola, is that, I mean, that's Spanish, right? So he must be, maybe he's Mexican. I mean, I don't want to say where he's from or say something that's wrong here, but he was writing to her in comments in Spanish because she probably liked that flair, that Latin lover flair. You feel me? I'm sorry I'm saying it, but I'm saying it. All right? We saying it. All right? Teresa on Facebook. Facebook on fire today. Thank you so much. And please follow me on fire. Follow me on Facebook, on my Facebook Pascal Show page. Please go hit it. Hit that like button over there. Hit that follow button as well, because we do go live over there on Facebook as well. So Teresa Wilson, thank you so much for the comment on Facebook. I looked at his Facebook earlier and prior to media posting his photo. Very sick individual, even though allegedly she was possibly involved with him. Absolutely no reason for him to violently end her life. I totally agree. And here's the thing, though. Let's keep it straight funky here, okay? Just because he may be a violent or a bad individual does not mean that she doesn't know any of that. She just might have found him very attractive, liked his je ne sais quoi, all right? Liked his vibes and said, you know what? He's sexy. And he's different from my husband, if the affair is really true, right? Why not let her, you know what I mean? Why not her want to dabble a little bit in a little bit of spicy love? Just saying. I'm not condoning it, but at the same time, you never know. She might have been like, "Ooh, he's the Spanish lover I've always wanted to have. You know, that Latin lover I've always wanted to have. The handyman that's doing all this handy work, the things that my husband can't do, or something like that. He's not handy, but this guy's handy. Ooh, his hands." So on and so forth. You see what I'm saying? And then an affair ensues. Interesting, right? So let's go in here. Some interesting information about Bonola. Whoops, there it is. Bonola from Richmond Hill has no prior arrest, according to the cops. A Facebook account under his name previously commented on her photos, like we already said, in Spanish, by the way. You know, looked like, wow, why is this thing losing its mind? It just lost its mind. Sorry, guys. Okay. Just making sure we got these things. Okay. So he was making these comments on her page. These were posts that she made 2 years ago. You know, the look of love and heart emojis and so on and so forth. He was saying things like she is the most beautiful woman in Spanish. He wrote alongside one photo of her in May 2020, along with a blushing face emoji covered in hearts. And I'm telling you, no random person just does that to a random person, or no employee does that to their employer, period. Even if it doesn't matter if you pay him under the table in cash. I'm not talking about other things, you nasty mother lovers. Come on now. You don't do that. An employee doesn't go to their employer's Facebook page and say, ooh, the look of love, the most beautiful woman. No, you don't do that, baby. You don't. That is not a standard procedure in employee and employer relationships. Okay. It's very, don't do that. Don't be dumb. Okay. Just don't. That message also included emoji of a Guatemala's flag, months after Gaal posted that she loves everything Guatemalan. And a year after she posted photos of her own trip to Central America, to the Central America country. I wonder why she went over there. That makes you wonder. And she says, I love everything Guatemalan. You don't think he was, you know what I'm saying? All I'm saying is you are an employee. That is your boss that pays you to do the stuff that needs to get done in the house and around the house. The things that need to be done, like the work, not working the wife. Period. You don't do that. You just don't do that. And guys, just don't don't hire attractive people then. Damn. That's it. Just don't hire attractive people. Just be done. Your eyes in love, he also wrote in Spanish. All right. To a screenshot that may of her posing. I don't know what they're trying to say. I'm assuming it's a screenshot in May of her posing during a Zoom party with friends. Your eyes in love, he commented with an affectionate emoji on to a May 2020 screenshot of her posing during a Zoom party with friends. I don't know why they repeated that twice, but okay. That same month, he also posted a heart and a simple hola to a childhood photo of Gaal. One, she posted sandwiched between two gushing tributes to her husband with photos from their wedding day. Let me say this real quick. Yes, she may have gone off off the beaten path to you know what I'm saying, to do her thing with some scallywags. Okay, maybe with some side dudes. Sad that she has to do that. But she still is married. And if there is their anniversary or something of that sort, or if it's his birthday, or the husband did something really great, or she realizes how lucky she is and how good of a man he really is, so on and so forth, maybe she's posting those things out of guilt. The other photos. I love my husband. No. But then Mr. Guatemalan man, Bonola, the Latin lover, right here, is seeing those things and he's feeling some type of way. So of course he's going to go and start commenting. Hey, remember me? Do you remember the times that we had? So on and so forth. You remember my hair? You see what I'm saying? Just saying. There it is. There's the other photo. Why does he make me think of what's the song? More than words is all you have to do to make it real. Why does it make me think of that song? Then you wouldn't have to say that you love me, whatever the song is. You know that song? Why? Why does he make me think he's about to pull out a guitar and just start doing some soft metal rock? You know what I'm saying? Sorry. But this man apparently came in and confessed, y'all. The scantily used account, which suggests he was a script writer, what? Also sent a heart to a photo Gaal posted on October 2019 of her in a field. The mom gave a thumbs up to his comment each time. Neither appeared to be officially listed as friends Thursday on their accounts, including another under his name that was used a little more regularly. Let's go into the little bit more background. That's just crazy. I'm just, it's just so weird. But anyway, what is that? What was that band's called? Extreme Butter Pecan 9. Butter Pecan 9. Thank you. Or yes, Slash. Thank you, Slash. Oh wow, you're right. No pun intended, but yes, high key, low key. But yeah, Guns N' Roses Slash. Good one too. That's a good one too. But yeah, Extreme. He's really extreme too. So wow, pun intended, high key, low key. Look at what he did. He confessed. Wow. He left his boots in her home, covered in blood, just left them. Who does that? So maybe the reason why he was walking funny was because he was walking in his socks. He was walking barefoot. He must have been. Wow. But yeah, Slash from, the whatever, Guns N' Roses. Welcome to the jungle. You know what I mean? So Gaal 51 went out to a show at Lincoln Center with friends on Friday evening and then hung out at a bar in her neighborhood, seemingly as if expecting to meet someone who never showed, sources said. There she is again. And there's the duffel bag. Or not the duffel bag, but this is her body. Oh my God, I'm sorry. It's just this whole thing is so very disturbing, y'all. Just disturbing as hell. Once home, she was reportedly or repeatedly stabbed and then stashed in a black Bauer hockey bag, similar to one belonging to her kids. A grainy photo from a neighborhood doorbell camera caught a mysterious figure lugging the bloody duffel bag away from the Gaal home around 4:30 a.m. A local resident walking his dog, of course, we already know, found the remains 4 hours later. But you can, like, when you see the footage, this is not a great one. That photo was not a great one. Let me just show you guys this one here. And I'm telling you, don't you think that maybe, just maybe he is barefoot. Maybe he is barefoot, and that's why he's walking funny. Because, trying to drag a body that's over 100, trying to drag anything over 100 pounds is a lot. I'm assuming she's at least over like 105, 110, maybe 120. God knows how tall she was. I don't know that part. But you look at how he was walking. Maybe he was walking in his socks. You never know. You ever tried to drag something heavy wearing socks? You have no grip, no traction, not a damn thing, and you're trying to drag this thing. You know what I mean? You ever try to move a couch, drag a couch across the a carpeted floor or something like that, and then you just keep slipping inside your socks? So maybe he's walking funny because of that. I don't know, but it's just so strange. This whole thing is extremely odd to me. And then how he just, how all this went down and how he just confessed to this. It's like, all right, yep, I did it. Me, the bad guy. Just seems weird to me. This is the place that she was at, Forest Hill Station House. She was there to grab a drink. And they say allegedly she was there. Maybe she was waiting for a friend. Maybe, quite possibly. But we don't know if that's true or not. But she went in there to have a drink, and maybe she went in there because she wanted some more freedom, some more time away from the house, from the family, from the kid, from being a mom for a second. She went to go see a show at Lincoln Center, see one of her favorite composers. Now I wonder who the composer is, because I like classical music too. So I wonder who the composer was. But she went to go check out her favorite composer, then came home. I guess her friends dropped her off at this bar. I'm assuming she went to grab a libation, and then she kicked rocks home. It's weird. Destiny and Dana's wedding gift. What's up? Thank you so much for the comment on YouTube. I wonder if he intended on unaliving them, since he sent that text too. I don't know who Rashawn is, but because I didn't see the comment. But that is a very good question as well. Damn, that's a damn good question, y'all. That's a damn good question. Before I answer that though, please guys, hit that like button down below really, really quick. I don't want to waste too much time on trying to get you guys to hit the like button, but please hit that like button down below. We have about 19 more minutes till they actually have the live press briefing, allegedly. So please hit that like button down below. Send it past 300 likes for me. That would really mean a lot. I see over 600 souls watching the show right now. So please hit that like button down below. And then, of course, do not forget, excuse me, to hit that subscribe button or hit that follow button on my Facebook page if you're watching over there as well. We cover all kinds of stories here. We have really great conversations. And we also cover true crime stories like this. Okay? So please hit that subscribe button on YouTube. Hit that like button or follow button on Facebook. And if you are on Twits, if you are on the Twitters, please follow me or hit that follow button on my Twitter, The Pascal Show, one word. That would really mean a lot. I'm trying to get to 1,000 followers on there. I'm almost there. I'm like 23 follows away from 1,000 on Twitter. So please help a brother out. That would really mean a lot. Okay. So with this whole text message thing, let's talk about that really quick. The whole, she sent me to jail and now I'm back. You and your family, the rest of your family's next. Why? Like that doesn't make any earthly sense. Can somebody make sense for me? Because that's the part that I don't make, that I'm trying to wrap my mind around, because the math ain't mathing for me. So he goes in, he does his thing. Let's work it out. Let's work it out. Okay? Mama gonna work it out. Work it out. Let's work it out really quick. Make it make sense. Exactly, Tyler. Mims. I need to make that t-shirt, dagnabbit. I really do. Dagnabbit. But anyway. Somebody try to make this make sense for me, because for me, it ain't working. All right? The math ain't mathing. Okay, I understand the part of the guy in a fit of rage going and just 58 times. I get that part. I totally get that part. But then he goes, after doing that, fit of rage, fit of passion, he sits there and he has 3 hours to figure some things out. And that's one piece. This is the other piece that I wonder. What time was that text message sent? Remember that. Because I don't know what time the text message was actually sent to the husband. Okay? So here it is. Oh, really? You need to email that to me so I can put it on my merch page, my merch store, Madeline. So please email it to me. Okay? And I that would be greatly appreciated. I'm always down for, you know what I mean? Family, this to become a family affair. So please Do that for me. Okay, so sorry, guys. It all depends. Okay, it really all depends. And yes, Shay, thank you so much, sweetheart. I really do appreciate it. Show some love, babies. Okay. And one last thing, go over to my secondary channel, Pascal Show Clips, where I put out clips of longer shows on there as well. Sometimes you want bite-sized pieces, so go over the Pascal Show Clips and support. Hit that subscribe button over there as well. Okay, so here it is, guys. Let's be real. Let's be real. He goes, fit of passion. He does the thing 58 times. He freaks out. He's sitting there going, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. He suddenly comes to his senses and says, oh, I got a great idea. Let me grab her phone and send the family a text saying she sent me to jail and I'm back. The rest of your family's next. What? What's the logic behind that, y'all? My brothers and sisters, please let me know. Where's the logic in that? What would make somebody say, ooh, I got a brilliant idea. I'm going to send a text to the hubby saying, she sent me to jail. I'm back. You and your family are next. How does that work? Why is that happening? The math ain't mathin' for me on this one, on that part. And then it's also, what time did that text message, what time was that text message sent to Howard Klein, her husband? I'm not sitting here saying that, hey, that the husband's involved or whatnot, but what if that was code? What if Howard Klein asked him to send him that? Now, I have so many theories. I have so many theories. I can't take it anymore because I feel bad because it's, earlier I was sitting there saying it's the 13-year-old son. It's gotta be, there's no way this is, you know what I mean? And I understand I'm speculating and I'm being passionate about all this crap and everything. But at the same time, it's kind of like, this is just not mathing. Not adding up to me. It's really not adding up right. I'm trying to find the text messages. There we go. I'm trying to find the text messages real quick so that we can see this together. Because like I said, it's just not mathing right to me. We got 13 more minutes until the alleged time where they're going to be doing the press briefing. Okay. But here it is, though. The suspected killer, at the time, they didn't know who it was yet. So the suspected killer reportedly texted the husband, your whole family is next. All right. So we're not going to go read through this whole dang thing, okay? But there was more to the text than just your whole family's next. And I'm trying to find where that text message, the other text message is, because I want to have it right verbatim. But I also want to know if they say that, yeah, so her husband, Howard Klein, who is reportedly in Portland, Oregon, with their son on a college hunt, received an ominous text message from the killer threatening your whole family is next. But there was more to this text message, y'all. Your whole family is next. There was more to this text message. So that's why I'm going, wait a second. Mims, man. Make it make sense, because for me, this is not working for me. So you got a guy who goes in there, does this heinous crime, terrible crime, real talk, not trying to be funny. He does his thing. He goes, somebody gets killed 58 times, stabbed in the body, wraps her up in the fetal position and puts her in this duffel bag. But in that time, he had 3 hours to calm down, quit freaking out, do whatever he needed to do, right? But he randomly decides within these 3 hours to go over and just send a text message being like, oh, I'm the such and such and I'm back. Your whole family is next. Then wait a second, y'all. I mean, if he was trying to throw people off, then that's him trying to throw people off. But if he really wasn't trying to throw people off and he was planning on doing more to the rest of the family, real talk, that kid's still alive. The kid was upstairs playing COD and listening to probably music, loud music. So if he really was going to do said thing, he would have just gone up to the top of the floor and just handled business. But he didn't. So clearly this was his way of trying to throw somebody off. Throw the cops off, of course, but why would somebody automatically think, oh, I got a great idea? I'm going to send him a text saying, oh, I was caught or I was sent to jail. I'm back. Your whole family's next. What? That's what I'm saying. Let me look at this up. Let me look at this one more time because it said I'm looking at this article real quick to see if there's anything else in here. And the other thing is too, I need to show this to you too, guys. This is just strange to me too. It says this: my son, well, quote unquote, my son, Leo, is safe. Thank God my son is safe. This is what the husband said. Okay. Before adding that his family's lives are at stake. There are concerns about our safety, the man claimed. Our lives are at risk. This is okay. I said the duffel bag before, but this is the duffel bag. This is the actual duffel bag, if I'm correct, or maybe it's not. This could be the duffel bag. Maybe it's not. Maybe it is, but maybe they just left it because it's evidence. They left her in the bag and all that for to bring her in. You know what I'm saying? To examine and all do forensics and whatnot. But this looks like could be the bag that she was put in, and that's a big, big bag, y'all. Okay, so there, but like I said, there was more to the text. So hold on, let me do, because there was another article that I read that was like, and I read it on the show, which was basically saying like, I was sent to jail and now I'm back or something like that. Here we go. This is so crazy, y'all. Like I said, I'm trying to math the hell out of this situation, like hard. Okay. But right here, your wife sent me to jail some years ago. I'm back. Huh? And then later on, it was your whole family is next. So, huh? There it is. Sources are saying that the killer also told Howard, your wife sent me to jail years ago. I'm back. Your wife sent me to jail years ago. I'm back. And then there was other ones like this. It says up on top, your whole family is next. What? How? Like I said, somebody make that make sense because it ain't working for me. It is not working for me. It doesn't make any sense, y'all. It doesn't make any sense. It's very unfortunate, by the way, right? Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if this woman was super out here, okay? Worse than Jada Pinkett on a Sunday night, okay? Doesn't matter if she was out here and she was for the streets. I'm sorry for saying that, but let's be real. Doesn't matter if she was out here talking to many other dudes. Doesn't matter. What matters is that this woman is no longer here. And the way she was taken was absolutely devastating, is absolutely devastating, and it was unwarranted. No one deserves to be taken from this planet the way that this woman did. It's heartbreaking that this even went down the way it did. And now, where is it? And now we have, where the heck is it? And now we have Extreme, who confessed to this whole thing. Or Slash, whichever you want to call him. And I know we've all been going on we've gone on like so many different paths. You know what I mean? We've gone like, oh, the Sun playing in his his death metal, dark metal band called Slit Her Throat, and then his song is called Mother, and he's doing this performative art with stage blood on his face and so on and so forth, right? I mean, we're all going around that. And then, of course, the 13-year-old boy that's up there chilling in the house. Of course, I'm sitting there going, it's got to be the boy. It's got to be, because it just doesn't make any sense. You know what I'm saying? I didn't think more than words. I didn't know Extreme here had more things to say. That this guy had like an obsession. But I'm going to throw this theory out because I got time. And we got time. We got 4 minutes until they do the press briefing, allegedly. Okay? So here it is, guys. It's this. Gene Juju just said she cheated with this guy. Oh, poor husband. Yeah, I feel bad for the husband, but what? We're going to have to look at that in a little bit, Debbie. Thank you so much for breaking that to me. Thank you so much. What? He probably killed them. He probably hit them and they just turned into pink dust, like a pink mist as soon as he hit them. Just a mist of pink. Anyway, real quick, back to this story. Here's my theory, okay, guys? I do have a theory. Yeah, and it's very Howard Stern-like too. Yeah, you are right. Carlos, you're very right, man. Carlos Hopkins. But you are very, very right. It's got a Howard Stern kind of vibe too. But let me say this really quick. So this is David Bonola. He is Guatemalan. He is now the person that has been brought in. He has been arrested. He has confessed to the unaliving of this woman, 51-year-old Orsolya Gaal. It's still a new name for me. So he does this. But here it is. I said it before, and I'm going to pull this up again. I know this is probably a stretch, a shot in the damn dark. But it's always interesting when things become a moment of convenience, right? And some people say and I guess the cops do say that there's no such thing as a coincidence. But I don't know if anybody remembers this movie. Okay. This particular movie right here. That's not big enough, but you know what I'm saying. You got the husband out here. He's a very wealthy man. She starts getting with it with a artist. Her husband finds out, basically threatens the artist because the artist has a very colorful criminal past, and he's like, hey, I will expose you for the con artist that you are unless you do this thing for me. And then he goes, I'll give you money. I'll give you all the money you've ever desired. You don't have to live that, that bourgeois life of trying to paint and be a famous painter or whatever. I can give you a bunch of money. You can kick rocks and my wife can be gone forever. But obviously, Gwyneth Paltrow's character finds out and then, flips the script. Check it out sometime. It's old school. It's very Lifetime movie now, but it was good back in the day. Okay. You got Michael Douglas and Viggo Mortensen and Gwyneth Paltrow. It's an interesting movie. But the same thing right here, though, the same setup with this movie is kind of like what's going on right now a little bit. I said it before I started going, maybe it's the sun. Maybe it's the sun, though. But what if, we don't know, what if this man, I hate to say this, but oh God. I mean, we don't know. Is he, he wasn't born here. Is he an American citizen? Does he have you see what I'm saying? I'm sorry for saying that. I'm not trying to make it seem like anything. Okay, real talk, I'm not. Because I'm all for people coming in from other countries and trying to live their life of happiness and, you know what I mean, living their best life in America. I'm all for it, okay? But was he here illegally? Most of the time, somebody who is a handyman, most of the time they're getting their money under the table, and a lot of times they're not putting their stuff out there. You know what I mean? They're not putting out their information out there because they don't want to get caught. They don't want to get in trouble. Sometimes they're running from something, or sometimes they have a criminal record. He doesn't have a criminal record, but still, it does make you wonder: what if Papa found out and threatened him? Said, "I will send your ass back to Guatemala." What if? I mean, it's just so interesting. What if there was an arrangement? Because why would he send a text message through her phone to the husband saying, she put me in jail years ago, I'm back, and then also your whole family's next? What? It just doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't. It just doesn't. So to me, it just makes me feel like the breakdown is something else. Okay, but let's see if we got this press conference. Oh, no, that is somebody else's account. I don't feel right doing that. But maybe, where's that?
Wanted for questioning in a horrendous homicide. He voluntarily came back to the 112 precinct and made incriminating statements. Today, that male, David Bonola, male 44 years old, residing at 10418 114th Street in Queens, New York, is being charged with murder in the second degree, criminal tampering in the first degree, and criminal possession of a weapon in the fourth degree in relation to the death of Orsolya Gaal, female 51 years old. This investigation is still preliminary. There is a lot of work left to do, but this is what I can tell you. On Friday night, April 15th, Miss Gaal attends a show at Lincoln Center. She takes the train back to her neighborhood in Forest Hills. At 11:20 p.m., she stops in a local establishment for a short while before returning home. We believe she returns home at 12:20 a.m. We also believe Mr. Bonola arrives at her residence between 12:30 and 12:40 a.m. Mr. Bonola is a handyman who is employed by Mrs. Gaal. They have been having an intimate affair for approximately 2 years. He is either let in voluntarily or he uses a key he has knowledge about hidden in the barbecue. A heated argument ensues between the two in the basement. A knife is brandished. A violent struggle ensues, resulting in our victim being stabbed ruthlessly and brutally in excess of 55 times, causing her demise. Recovered at that crime scene is a knife, which we believe was used. Mr. Bonola then retrieved a hockey bag belonging to Miss Gaal's son, placed her in the bag, and as video showed, was seen rolling the body down the sidewalks leaving a bloody trail through the streets of Forest Hills. At 7:50 a.m. Saturday, April 16th, that duffel bag was recovered at Metropolitan Avenue and the Jackie Robinson Parkway by a member of the public. We believe that after disposing of the body, Mr. Bonola fled through Forest Park, where investigators discovered the jacket believed to be worn by him during this vicious crime. Detectives also developed leads which led them to a location where boots, a t-shirt, and bloody bandages were discovered. Investigation also revealed that on Saturday, Mr. Bonola received treatment for wounds to both hands at an area hospital. As I said before, this case is still ongoing. We are still awaiting forensics evidence and are canvassing for more victim video as we speak. But detectives, through interviews, videos, and the public's help, and specifically the Queens DA, Melinda Katz, and her staff, who have been with us every step of the way, were able to quickly take this killer off the street. I just want to assure the public, and especially the residents of Forest Hills, that there are no outstanding suspects at this time. With that, I'd like to take any questions.
That's wild, y'all.
At this time, he has no arrests that we know.
So just so you know, that was Duty Ron, his site. I just wanted to show you guys a little bit. We're gonna have to listen to it because I don't know where the actual press briefing is, and I don't feel right like using somebody else's content like that. But I wanted you guys to see that is the press briefing that we know so far. I'm gonna play a little bit more of this, but I need to give a shout out to the guy Duty Ron, who actually had he's like guerrilla style running this. I don't know where he's getting this. I figured it would be on live on YouTube, but it's not. So if anybody else knows where it is, please send me a link. I'd love to know because I'm trying to find that as well. But hey, let's take a look at this or take a listen.
Ron, check your phone, Ron. Ron, check your phone.
Everybody.
Yeah, I guess his phone just shut off. So, but if anybody else knows, yeah, I'm trying to find. Like I went to Twitter to try to find this. You'd think that they would, because it's New York 1, but for some odd reason they don't have it. I'm trying to find. Maybe they got New York 1 somewhere else on YouTube. Maybe I'm trying to find it, guys. Nope. No, sir, on that one.
Was, as previously reported, that there had been a crime in the past that was now that same person from the crime in the past was back again. We believe that to be completely false, as far as there was nothing to do with any crime in the past in this case. We have it from in the confession that he sent that message. He has no burglary in the past.
That the rest of the family was in danger?
That is the nature of the message. We don't believe there was any danger to the family. I believe he just didn't want it to be found by the family.
All right, guys. So that's the best that I could do with what we're working with. We had a little technical difficulties.
That sucks. Yeah, let me see what I can do here because we're gonna play it. So hold up 1 second. All right, we're gonna look at it. I'm just trying to. Somebody sent me something. Nope, that's somebody else. Nope. So if anybody has the link, please send it to me. I'd love to I would love to be able to get this going. Because I'm trying to find it. Yeah, see, that's even so, the other channel had to, I don't know what he was doing, but that's the thing. I'm trying to find the damn thing, dag nabbit. Excuse me. Info at the Pascal Show. You can send that at info at the Pascal Show if you have a link, and just send me a text here on the chat so I can pull it up because I want to play it from the beginning again so that we can all watch it one last time. You know what I mean? Excuse me, because I think that's some very, very big news, and it sucks that we can't open it up right now. Info at the Pascal Show. Yes, ma'am. Yeah, well, we're gonna play it again. We're gonna do a replay because there's a lot of information in there. So I know Angela, I know it's like over, but we're gonna replay it again here in a second. CBS News has it live right now. Okay. Let me see what you talking about. Let me see. CBS News. So far, nothing. But I guess let me know if you guys send it. Because this sucks, man. Yeah, so right now it looks like so far it has been a rage, just a passion, rage-infused murder. That's literally what we got so far. That's literally what we got so far. But there's more details to it. I heard a little bit of it, but I want us to actually like hear this. Court TV. Okay, I'll try Court TV. Shout out to Court TV, and shout out to Duty Ron because we wouldn't have been able to see any of that if it wasn't for them saying, if it wasn't for him just guerrilla style showing the feed on his phone. But no, it's not on Court TV. See, this is what sucks. I hate when they do those things like we're about to go live and talk about all this stuff, and then you can't find it anywhere to save your damn life. Because there are people who are invested in this, into this story. Find out the truth. Son of a. Okay, let me know if you guys send something. Oh, there we go. Well, whoever tried to send, I'm gonna have to look at that later. Amanda A, send the link. Because Fox Live. Oh, son of a gun. Okay, so whoever just sent me, there was a lady by the name of Amanda tried to send me a link, but I didn't get there's no link in there. So if you can send me the link, that would be really, really, really dope. Because there's nothing in the body of the email. That would be awesome. Okay. Yeah, I know the press conference is over, but we're gonna do this over. You know what I mean? We're gonna rewatch it again because, yeah, Fox 5 New York. Okay, let me try that. Let's see what happens here. Let me see what this does. Scrubbing through this to see if there's anything in here. No. No. Man, this is stupid, y'all. Let's see. Okay. Got it. Have mercy, y'all. Son of a gun. I got it, though. We got it. Let's go. Let's go. Thank you, guys. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much for your help. Let's go. Woo! Hamburger.
Good morning, everybody.
Hit that like button down below.
New York City Police Department. With me here today is from Patrol Services Bureau, Chief Carlos Valdez from Queens North, Commanding Officer to 112, Inspector Joe Kappelman, the Assistant Chief Joe Kenny, the Citywide's Investigation Chief, Julie Morell, the Queens Investigation Chief, who led this investigation, Lieutenant Timmy Thompson from Queens North Homicide, the two case detectives, Detective Carmine Caruso from Queens North Homicide, and Detective John Benzol from the 112 Precinct Detective Squad. So, good morning, everybody. Last night, while detectives were canvassing for video, they observed a male who was wanted for questioning in a horrendous homicide. He voluntarily came back to the 112 precinct and made incriminating statements. Today, that male, David Bonola, male,
I'd like to actually know,
residing at 10418 114th Street in Queens, New York, is being charged with murder in the second degree, criminal tampering in the first degree, and criminal possession of a weapon in the fourth degree in relation to the death of Orsolya Gaal, female, 51 years old. This investigation is still preliminary. There is a lot of work left to do, but this is what I can tell you. On Friday night, April 15th, Miss Gaal attends a show at Lincoln Center. She takes the train back to her neighborhood in Forest Hills. At 11:20 p.m., she stops in a local establishment for a short while before returning home. We believe she returns home at 12:20 a.m. We also believe Mr. Bonola arrives at her residence between 12:30 and 12:40 a.m. Mr. Bonola is a handyman who was employed by Mrs. Gaal. They have been having an intimate affair for approximately 2 years.
She's Hungarian.
He is either let in voluntarily or he uses a key he has knowledge about hidden in the barbecue. A heated argument ensues between the two in the basement.
Okay, real quick. I'm sorry. I know we're getting all this information really quick or really fast right now, all in one sitting, and we're getting it now fully, not just jacked up and messed up. But shout out to Duty Ron. I don't know his channel very well, but I have seen his channel a lot. So shout out to the guy for doing whatever he could to get the information out to his followers and his family. But this is very interesting. Now, my thing is, if there is state-of-the-art high definition cameras surrounding that entire home, security cameras, guys, why aren't we seeing the footage? Because this would, they're saying, oh, he may have walked in there, or he may have like just opened the door with a key, or he may have just been escorted in, like invited into the home. Why weren't they saying something, right? Why weren't they going, hey, boom? You know what I'm saying? It just seems strange to me. But anyway, why aren't they going, oh, we have the footage to show proof positive that he busted through the door? That's all. You got cameras everywhere. Why aren't they doing their due diligence? I'm going to roll that back a little bit, and I'm going to stop interrupting.
At 11:20 p.m., she stops in a local establishment for a short while before returning home.
What the heck?
Believe she returns home at 12:20 a.m. We also believe Mr. Bonola arrives at her residence between 12:30 and 12:40 a.m.
Okay.
Mr. Bonola is a handyman who was employed by Mrs. Gaal. They have been having an intimate affair for approximately 2 years.
2 years.
He is either let in voluntarily or he uses a key he has knowledge about hidden in the barbecue. A heated argument ensues between the two in the basement. A knife is brandished. A violent struggle ensues, resulting in our victim being stabbed ruthlessly and brutally in excess of 55 times, causing her demise.
55 now.
Recovered at that crime scene is a knife, which we believe was used. Mr. Bonola then retrieved a hockey bag belonging to Miss Gaal's son, placed her in the bag, and as video showed, was seen rolling the body down the sidewalks, leaving a bloody trail through the streets of Forest Hills. At 7:50 a.m. Saturday, April 16th, that duffel bag was recovered at Metropolitan Avenue and the Jackie Robinson Parkway by a member of the public. We believe that after disposing of the body, Mr. Bonola fled through Forest Park, where investigators discovered the jacket believed to be worn by him during this vicious crime. Detectives also developed leads which led them to a location where boots, a t-shirt, and bloody bandages were discovered. Investigation also revealed that on Saturday, Mr. Bonola received treatment for wounds to both hands at an area hospital. As I said before, this case is still ongoing. We are still awaiting forensics evidence and are canvassing for more victim video as we speak. But detectives, through interviews, videos, and the public's help, and specifically the Queens DA, Melinda Katz and her staff, who have been with us every step of the way, were able to quickly take this killer off the street. I just want to assure the public, and especially the residents of Forest Hills, that there are no outstanding suspects at this time. With that, I'd like to take any questions.
Let's hear some of these questions.
Been arrested before in the system for anything domestic?
At this time, he has no arrests that we know of.
Juliet, hold on, ma'am. Ma'am, hold on. Juliet.
Could you talk a little more about the nature of the relationship? Is this something that wasn't, was she rejecting him? Why were they getting into the argument at all?
This is Lieutenant Timmy Thompson from the Queens North Homicide Squad.
Good afternoon, everybody. We believe the relationship that the Mr. Bonola had with our victim was an intimate type relationship, and this stemmed to be a domestic type dispute that they were having. Over their intimate relationship, they started to get into just regular domestic issues that seemed to occur between them.
Regular domestic issues. Okay.
At this time, not that we know of.
And also, do you happen to know, was this ongoing work that he was doing at the house? Was he there? Like, how often was he there?
He has been doing work at that residence for approximately 2 years on and off.
All right, John.
Chief, did he confess? And did he say why he did it? Did he give a motive why?
Well, I mean, he made incriminating statements. We're not going to go into what he talked about. This is still under investigation. But we, working with the Queens District Attorney's Office, we have enough to arrest him and charge him with the murder.
Chief, were they breaking up? And what about the son upstairs? Was he alerted to this? Is that why he fled quickly with the duffel bag?
First question first. I'm sorry. You said, were they breaking up? They had been off and on, and they had broken up prior, but had reunited early in the month of April. And their relationship was considered at an end.
By her.
By her.
We don't have her statement, ma'am.
Clearly.
A bit about the alleged text messages that came to her husband who was out of town. Did he indeed get a message, and was it threatening in nature?
A message was sent from the victim's cell phone to the husband. That message was, as previously reported, that there had been a crime in the past that was now that same person from the crime in the past was back again. We believe that to be completely false, as far as there was nothing to do with any crime in the past in this case. We have it from in the confession that he sent that message, and he has no burglary in the past.
I'm sorry, that the family, the rest of your family is in danger. That was the nature of the message. You understand that the rest of the family was in danger?
That is the nature of the message.
All right, back here.
We don't believe there was any danger to the family.
That's so weird.
Why drag the body out the duffel bag because it was like such a rocky manner? No contact at all. Because the son was upstairs.
We believe he just didn't want it to be found by the family.
Right away.
The knife. Did he bring the knife to the house, or was the knife in the home?
The knife is consistent with knives that are in the home.
Tony?
Detective Thompson, the relationship, there's a report that it may have started while she went on an overseas trip and met the defendant overseas. Any truth to that?
No.
So at this time, we don't believe that to be true.
Next one.
Chief, or maybe Ms. Julie, do we know if the husband was aware of the relationship, if it's 2 years more between his wife?
Good question.
And his husband?
Yeah.
We're not going to get
We're not.
Why not?
Was the handyman, did the husband know the handyman? Was he known to the family?
Yes, he was.
Right here.
Hi, sorry.
What kind of quick?
I want to you said. You said they were on and off, but they had united in April, but now it was at an end. So are we saying that they had broken up or that they were together?
As we stated earlier, on and off, and he came back this evening to speak about the relationship again.
Rocco? Chief, the duffel bag in question, does he go into the son's room to get it? At any point, is the son woken up or aware of what's going on?
The duffel bag was not kept in the son's room.
So, and the son slept throughout? This is not an instance where the son interrupted what was going on?
The son did not interrupt what was going on.
All right, guys, we're gonna take two more. Ricardo?
When did the suspect arrive in this country and where's he from?
He is
I
a
can speak to that.
Mexican.
So we preliminarily, part of our investigation, we believe he arrived here approximately 21 years ago, and we believe he came from Mexico.
Okay, Mexican.
Was he a legal resident here? Was he coming
illegally? And my second question is, before this happened, was she followed from the bar or the establishment that she was at beforehand? Was she followed legally by him?
So we're not going to get into his immigration status. We're going to.
We don't believe he's followed. No, we don't believe he's followed. As this says, he has a relationship for her for 2 years. He knows where she lives. He's very familiar with the layout of the house in terms of the duffel bag also.
Last question, Juliet.
Do you believe he was already inside the house waiting for her, and then how did it end up going into the basement?
We know that he was not.
He was not in the house. She returns home at 12:20. He enters the house between 12:30 and 12:40.
Hold on real quick. You don't see this right here, guys? That's like a security cam photo. You see the photo right here that she's holding, and it's faced out towards everybody? That looks like that is him, the dude right down there. That's weird, y'all. Sorry, I just had to pull that out. Let me roll that back a little bit before this ends, because this is going to end quickly.
Turns home at 12:20. He enters the house between 12:30 and 12:40. They go down to the basement. Could be any amount of, if they're arguing, the son's upstairs. Could be any reason such as that.
Thank you
All
very
right,
much.
guys, thank you, everyone. These photos will be sent out, right? Yeah, I'll hold on to it. I'll hold on to it. I'll get it.
Well,
Thanks, Billy. Good job.
wow.
Hold on a second, hold on. I'll hold it up to you guys. Tony, where are you?
So there you have it, guys. Okay. So here it is. I was wrong. I was absolutely 110% wrong. I was speculating that it was the 13-year-old son because it just seems so convenient. But at the same time, there's a lot of factors you can put into the whole situation. But we now know that this gentleman right here, David Bonola, is the handyman that they were looking for. And it looks like he is the one that is captured in this footage right here, dragging this woman, 51-year-old Orsolya Gaal, in a duffel bag, in a hockey duffel bag, half a mile away from her home, and only to be found by a dog walker the very next morning, only a few hours the next morning, which is wild. But they were able to pin everything from, because he had there was the weapon, there's the bloody clothes, there's bandages that they found. So there's a lot here that's popping off, or a lot that they found out. And it just seems interesting that this whole situation, how this whole thing transpired. It is heartbreaking, y'all. Like this is heartbreaking. I'm not gonna lie. The way this young woman, this woman, this mother of two, 51-year-old Orsolya left this planet is just a terrible, terrible way of happening. And there's so many ways so many angles we can speculate, right? Support this poor woman, but at the same time, she got sloppy too. She was sloppy. She was reaching out to many, many men. And I get it. Maybe she was in a loveless marriage. Maybe the fire burned out, a long time ago between her and her husband. And that's still a terrible thing. But at the same time, she got really sloppy. She was messing with the handyman, and then after that, going off and trying to talk to other men as well. And that could have caused him to get extremely pissed off. And I'm not justifying anything on his side. What he did, what this man did, is unbelievable. I just cannot believe what this man did. Period. Doesn't matter how sloppy she was, or if she wasn't sloppy. If she was just trying to find love somewhere where maybe she wasn't getting it home, doesn't matter. This does not mean that this person deserves what she deserved. It doesn't. This whole thing is sad. But the thing is is like, and no, real quick, I am not trying to bash. I am not trying to bash the victim here. Not at all. Not at all. It just is terrible when you go out there and maybe you're looking for certain things. You know, you're looking for love in all the wrong places, and it backfires. And it just is terrible. This is why it's best you choose who you're around. Wisely, be careful out here because people are insane, y'all. People are crazy. And here's the other thing. She can't tell if this person was going to be this way, or maybe she did know once she was with him, once he started to show his obsession over her. Maybe she was trying to steer clear from him, distance herself from this guy as much as she could, but he still wanted to keep his keep control of her, right? There's obviously this man was deeply not only in love but infatuated with this woman. And yeah, she found the wrong guy. And it turned into this. Now, there are speculations. I'm sure people are going to be, ruminating with theories and all that, that maybe he saw her with another guy, maybe that, regardless, they were not talking. And then finally he got back with her. Then he finally came back with her and said, hey, I want to get back together. I want this, that, and the third. And she didn't want that. And then he lost his cool, obviously. He lost his temper. And then next thing you know, after a fit of rage, she is no longer here. It's terrible, y'all. And Vic Wicked, yes, I agree. No one deserves this. No one deserves to be taken the way that she was taken, period. She does not deserve it. It's terrible. And it's extremely sad. But I say this is something that we need to take it as a teachable moment for all of us as well. I'm sorry. I got to be the guy to sit there and tell that side of it as well. It's basically saying be careful on the people, on the company that you keep. I say this all the time. Now, somebody out here will sit there and say, I'm trying to victim blame. I'm not. I'm just trying to say we have to walk away from this to learn from this. This happened and became national news and a big story on YouTube for a reason, not just because of the salacious title, but also because of all the elements that are behind this. We all have to learn something from this. We all have to learn something from this. Not just, oh my gosh, and oh, so terrible. Oh my gosh. No. Yes, oh my gosh, it's terrible. But at the same time, it is be careful out there. Be careful out there. Even if you're not out here, having side dudes and having, or side girls and all that. No, even if you're out here going and dating, you have to be careful out here. You just don't know what paths you cross that might be devastating for you, that might be deadly for you. So that's why I'm saying to talk about this and saying this out loud, because it's not only just saying, oh, we just found out all this information and this man has been brought into custody. Great. I'm so happy about this. About that information, instead of it just being one, unsolved mystery, right? But there's also more that we can take home from this. There's some lessons that are being taught here that maybe nobody else is pointing on, but we got to. You know what I mean? And the other thing too, I feel I'm thinking about the family too, the rest of the family. I feel really bad. I feel terrible for the rest of the family, given the fact that this whole thing went down. It's a terrible series of events. It's terrifying to think that somebody came into your home and did this horrible thing to the person that brought you into this world. And you were only a floor above and didn't hear anything because you were playing God knows what, or you were asleep, whatever. You could be playing music, playing video games, or you could have just been straight up asleep. And that part is absolutely terrible and so sad to hear. And the fact that it has all transpired this way is just, it's bad. Regardless if it was the son or if it was the father who was involved, or if it was David Bonola or like a disgruntled, angry ex-lover of hers. Regardless, it's still devastating and still terrifying that crime could literally be knocking on your front door right now. It's insane. And you see that proof positive. People in the neighborhood that were all sitting there saying, well, we never knew that this kind of thing would ever happen. Our neighborhood is so clean. Our neighborhood is so friendly. You could practically keep your front door unlocked. It's so safe. But now we see more and more now, more than ever, that, yeah, back in the day, sure, there were times that, hey, you'd have to go and find trouble. But now we live in a world now and in a country now where trouble just finds you. And it could very well be at your front door. So I say, please, guys, be careful out there. Be wary. Be vigilant. Be cognizant of your surroundings and what's going on, because you just never know. I got a super chat. Patty Banks, thank you so much for the $2 super chat. Jesus said, go home and sin no more. Well, yeah, this whole thing is just nuts. This whole thing. And the fact that this is that this is the guy, this is the gentleman, this is the monster, let's keep it real, that did this said crime to this 51-year-old woman in her home whilst her son is asleep on the top floor in his bedroom is unbelievable. And then on top of that, to add everything on top of that, how she was taken from the home and dragged down the street is pretty beyond me too. It's wild. And this guy apparently has no criminal record. Apparently. So we'll see what happens here. But like I said, you have to be careful out here, guys. You really, really do. And we don't know what the relationship was, like as far as like the relationship between her husband, between Orsolya and her husband, Howard. We don't know what their relationship was like. If there was an understanding where she can do whatever she wanted and he could do whatever he wanted as well. You never know. There could have been that. They could have had an open relationship and she can go and talk to whoever she wants, or she could have been moonlighting. She could have been out here in these streets without her husband knowing it all. That could be it too. But they were staying together to raise these kids until they got to college or something like that. There's a lot of relationships and marriages that do end up going down that route because, the fire burns out. The passion's gone. The thrill is gone. You know what I mean? It's gone sometimes. And I get it. Sometimes it's like that. Sometimes it is. Sometimes it is. So we don't know the ins and outs of their relationship, but it does make it very interesting and very eye-opening and very salacious when you start hearing about people out here saying, oh, she was talking to 4 other guys. She probably had an intimate affair with the handyman. It like I said, it sounds like one of those true crime thrillers that you see on Lifetime or a really, really bad BET movie. You feel me? Or a Tyler Perry movie. Sorry. You see what I'm saying? It's like, wow, this is too You can't even write this. This seems too, and it's so on the nose, on the typical tropes that we see in movies or TV shows and comedies that we poke fun at. Oh, she was having an affair with the pool boy type thing, or the milkman. She was having an affair with the handyman. You see what I'm saying? It's very on the nose on certain things, and then it's a whodunit type thing. So of course, people are going to tune into that. But that's why I say if we're tuning into that and we're very interested in it and we're looking into it, we need to walk away with it learning something. And the number one thing is be mindful of the company that you keep. And I said this, I think, last night too. You have got to be mindful of the company that you keep. You never know. Or and we don't know how the breakup was, or if there was a full-on breakup. We don't know if he was just sitting there going, hey, I don't want to, maybe he was like, no one can have you now. You are mine and mine alone. We don't know. You know what I mean? All we can do is talk about it, think about it, and see what's going on. Exactly, Butter Pecan 9. It's like an erotic thriller from like the 90s. I'm not kidding. Something that you would see in the movies, Just saying. This movie, it would be Antonio Banderas and probably Kim Basinger, like back in the day in the 90s, if they were to reenact this movie. You see what I'm saying? So that's just the vibe that I was getting. Pumpkin Escobar, thank you so much for the comment on YouTube. When he texts locked up, maybe he doesn't mean jail or prison. Maybe locked up like she sent goons after him to hurt him, stuffed him in trunk or locker. I don't know. Maybe. I mean, one thing though, one thing's for sure. They just cleared some stuff. They clarified some things. He was here for 21 years. So I would assume if you've been here for 21 years, I'm assuming that your language of English would be pretty sharp when that's all you're doing. You're talking to people in English all day long. You're in America, right? For the most part, right? Unless you're with your family and friends and a certain group of people, whatever, that only speak Spanish. But when it comes to being out here, you'd think that his English would just get sharper and sharper and better and better. So writing something like that, I mean, he wrote it pretty well. It wasn't like it was broken English or anything crazy like that. He said, she put me in jail years ago. I'm back. Your whole family is next. It doesn't seem like there was a language break in there or a problem with trying to say something. You see what I'm saying? A miscommunication thing or a grammatical error in there or anything of that sort. You see what I'm saying? So for me, I throw that possibility out the window. You see what I'm saying? Because he's been here for 21 years. That's a lot of time to understand the language and know the language properly, especially if you're a handyman and you're doing these kind of jobs for a lot of people everywhere. You're communicating with everybody, you in New York as well. So God knows you're picking up the language pretty damn fast. Maybe if he was only here for 2 years, I could see it being a little, you see what I'm saying? The language in the text being maybe a little janky, but there 21 years later, nah, he was texting like he was like an American, like an English speaking American. That's how I saw it. But that's a good theory though. That is definitely a good theory. Simone Abundance, what's up? I wouldn't be surprised if they offer the family a bag, okay, to turn this into a theatrical movie. I'm not trying to be funny. I'm really serious. This is really sad. Yeah, I can, like I said, I can see them somebody trying to buy the rights. I know that sounds really messed up, especially how soon all this went down, but for a fact, somebody's going to go out there and try to buy the rights to this story and try to turn this into some sort of movie, and yeah, it probably won't be some Lifetime movie, especially because it was such a high profile case. And now that we're getting closer to finding out like the truth, and we're at the end of it now. I mean, I'm sure there's more information that David Bonola has. And I'm sure there's more information that Howard, the husband, has as well. I'm not saying that he has anything to do with her murder, but I am saying that he probably knows more as far as their relationship, what went down, if he had even known if there was something going on. Maybe he did know and just didn't give a damn because of an understanding. You know, like I said, I said the Jada Pinkett thing, but true, it could very, very well have been a situation where there are two affluent parents in a very wealthy part of New York. He's very successful. She is a stay-at-home mom. She doesn't have anything to worry about, except maybe she is just bored. Clearly, she was bored because of the men that she was talking to. But who's to say if there wasn't communication between them, husband and wife, and her saying, kind of like Jada Pinkett, like, I just need to find happiness again. I'm not happy right now. I'm bored of being home. I'm tired of doing this, that, and the other. See what I'm saying? So that's just something I keep thinking in the back of my head, you know, that maybe there was an understanding. Maybe there was a conversation where she said, I just want to be free. And he's like, honey, after much debate and much struggle, inner struggle within himself, he probably was like what Will Smith did. Do what you need to do, girl. I'm going to keep doing me while you keep doing you. Could have been an open marriage. God knows, maybe he caught them. You never know. He maybe caught the conversation, you know, caught them in the, you know what I mean, in a text message, not the act, but I'm just saying in text messages, whatever. Just saying. I mean, obviously this is all speculation. But other people were saying, hey, people already knew that she was talking to other dudes, so she must have confided in somebody, saying that she was talking to people, that she was talking to other dudes, she was talking to 4 other guys, so on and so forth. That's what sources were saying. And she obviously had friends that I'm sure she was confiding in and saying, hey, we've been having issues at home maybe, or I fell out of love with him. I'm not in love with him anymore. And I've been talking to other guys. I've been going on little dates. I've been smashing the handyman. Just saying. I meing, it's wilder things have happened. Shoot. That whole thing with Jada Pinkett and Will Smith. I mean, for us, it's salacious as hell, but maybe it's not for people of, in different statures and different levels of success. Maybe that's what it is. I just don't know. But this is still just sad. And you know what? Tammy from the block, you ain't wrong. Then get divorced first. Do it and then kick rocks and do whatever the hell you want to do. But I'll say this, though. There's a lot of people out here, and I've said it before, and I'll say it again, okay? There's a lot of people out here that will do whatever they can to make sure that the psyche, right? The mental stability of their children stays strong. A lot of people will sit there and go, there's no way I'm divorcing my wife. There's no way I'm divorcing my husband until these kids are out this damn house, because sometimes a broken home can mess up a kid. But I also say this too. A broken home inside, like a broken home already inside a home that seems to be together, can mess up a whole lot of kids too. Most definitely. That can rock some people's worlds, y'all. And they're like, my whole life is a lie because my parents are a lie and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? And then sometimes those things get volatile. People get angry with each other, so on and so forth. They start butting heads, blah, blah, blah. And then the kids see all this because the venom, the poison of the fact that they can't stand being with each other starts to seep into every aspect of their life. And the kids start seeing it, warts and all. And they're like, wow, my whole life, my parents' lives, this whole thing's a lie. What is life? What is life, bro? And that could be it too. But I agree. Why not just say, hey, let's get divorced. Let's do what we need to do. Or let's at least separate, talk about it with the kids, but we still be strong as hell when it comes to taking care of our children. Be a united front, a strong, united front as co-parents, and co-parent these kids and raise them right. Instead of them seeing us just fall apart slowly but surely, see this beautiful rose just slowly but surely wilt away, and still try to say, oh no, it's a pretty rose, right? We're still good to these kids who are only seeing a dead, wilted away rose. They're sitting there going, you're lying to us. We see the truth. Quit lying. So I do agree with that. I do agree with that 100%. Just rip the Band-Aid off and be done and move on. Because I see the other thing where kids will be, happy graduation. By the way, we're getting divorced. What? Son, we were trying to tell you this, but we just wanted to wait till you graduated high school so that we can talk to you about this. We have been very unhappy for the past 7 years. Wait, you're telling me you've been upset and angry with each other for 7 years? Yeah. Sorry, son. Oh my God, my whole life is a sham. And then their brains go all messed up, and then they think love is BS and marriage ain't nothing and everything's just one big show, and it gets weirder. So I'm saying down the rabbit hole we go, right? Into the darkness of depression and the facade that we present out there to the world, so on and so forth, and keeps going, right? And we don't need to do that. So yeah, if there was an open relationship, if this was really going down, then yeah, they should have just done the deed, which is just cut it off. You know what I mean? But unfortunately, that's not how it went down. You know what? Nurse said, stop engaging in fruitless arguments with one another. I don't know if this is pertaining to what I'm saying, but that's a good point though too. Yes, sidecar Tommy. We all learn the reality sooner or later, and that's hard facts as well. That is hard facts, and a lot of times it's just like, man, I'd rather know it sooner rather than 17 years later and finding out, oh my God, my parents actually hated each other. They were just acting the entire time. Oh my God. And that can just really mess things up. And somebody asked earlier, do open relationships work? And real quick, Madeline Reed, yes, you ain't wrong. Kids are not stupid at all. Kids are not stupid. They are not. They read people. They will be reading you with the quickness and with ease. I mean, shoot, that's all they got time to do. Especially as time goes on, they start to realize how much, your family, they start to analyze things because they hear their friends going like, my family's a lie. My parents are blah, blah, blah. Man, my dad is such a square. So they start looking at you guys going, are my parents squares? What's the story with them? And they start to analyze. Let's keep it real. But somebody asked about open relationships. Here's the thing. I think if you have an open relationship and it works, I'd love to hear from you guys. Real talk. I'd love to have you on the show, chopping it up and talking to me about your open relationship. I really would love to hear about that. Does it work or no? That's the question. I can't really say much because I've never been in an open relationship because I am not down for that kind of thing. I want one person and one person only, and that's it. I don't need to know. I don't want other people in my relationship. To me, it gets messy. To me, it gets dirty. To me, you're, especially if it's that open, you're more susceptible from catching something that you don't want to catch. You feel me? Because other mother lovers out here are dirty as hell. And you got to remember this too. If you are in an open relationship, sorry for talking about this, but here it is. You go and you have this relationship with somebody. You go, hey, let's have this open relationship. I like to see other girls. You want to see other dudes. That's totally fine. But you don't know what's going on with those other people outside of the relationship that you are in with said spouse or person, right? So your spouse smashing a dude who knows that you're in an open relationship with your guy, right? So you're smashing this dude. So he's not thinking that it's anything serious. So he's going off and he's smashing other girls too. So he's smashing other girls. Then he's coming back to your girl, smashing that girl. And then that girl is going to smashing you. Then you're doing the same thing over here. Smashing girls over here. Those girls aren't taking it seriously because they know it's an open relationship, and they're going smashing other dudes as well. Next thing you know, you got a cesspool of all these STDs just floating around. I'm telling you, it's a bad idea. It's a bad idea unless it's under control. See, like I said, Simone, you ain't wrong. It is a hot damn mess. Okay? That's disgusting. That's just me, though. Some other people, I'm sure, can keep it nice and clean. But for me, that sounds like a recipe for disaster. And here's the other thing. If you feel like you can, if you feel like you need to fix your relationship by bringing other people into the relationship, then you need to move on. You need to move on. That's what I think, too. If you're going, I'm not happy, I need to venture off and find love in another place that has nothing to do with your spouse, then you guys need to sit down, not at the red table talk, but sit down and come to terms on what you both want for the rest of your life with each other. Whether that person's in the picture with you or not. But that's when you have to rip the Band-Aid off and basically say, I got to go. I got to go. But hey, if some other people are going, hey, we'll just share, then hey, that's on y'all. If that works for you, that works for you. But if you're going and saying, I'm unhappy, I need to venture off, then maybe you need to start talking to whoever you need to talk to, a counselor or a lawyer, and separate amicably. That's what I say about that. Just saying, there's some harsh and hard realities of those things that are out here. You know what I mean? You start sharing, they start sharing, those people start sharing as well. And they just, you know what I mean? And it just keeps going. It's this crazy patient zero search. You're like, who gave me this crazy stuff? You know what I mean? It's terrible. You don't need that. You know? I just think that if you need to talk, if you need to figure out that, you talk it out. But by bringing in other people into the relationship, it's just going to make it messy. That's just me. And then also at the other thing too, don't have babies just because you think that that's going to keep your relationship strong or bring you guys together as a relationship. It never works. I've never seen somebody get together, go, oh, this is volatile, it's not working out, but let's have a child, because once we have this child, it's going to keep us together. It never works out that way. The stress and all those things become, it goes to it goes on the scale to 1 to 10, it goes to 20 instead of it just being, nah, just don't do that. Don't do that, babies. Don't make babies with somebody that you don't know you are going to be with forever. That's what I think. I mean, I understand mistakes, as Nico said the other day, a mattress trophy does happen every once in a while. A baby does come every once in a while from situations of, whatever happens between the sheets. Sometimes a baby is made, and those accidents do happen, and they're beautiful miracles. But at the same time, If you're with somebody, you're married, whatever, and because some ladies out here think this too. Ooh, if I have a baby, he'll stay. That's not the truth. So don't do it. I know that's off the beaten path of our conversation, but I had to say it out loud. Please don't have children for the sake of saving your marriage. There's a lot of pressure on that baby, let me tell you. And that baby can't do much to help save your relationship except do what it needs to do, which is survive. Poop, eat, cry, lather, rinse, repeat. Okay? So just don't do it. It's a recipe for disaster as well. Anyway, guys, it is time to get going. I've been on for a good minute. I appreciate all y'all for being on. You guys have been really, really amazing. The conversation's been dope. I'm really happy that I was able to bring in this conversation with you guys and talk about all this and show the press briefing, because we needed to see that, no doubt. So please do me a favor, hit that like button down below. Send it past 500 likes real quick before you head off. That would really mean a lot. Okay? Hit that like button. And of course, if you haven't done it yet, hit that subscribe button. Be really great to have you a part of the Pascal Show family. And we're working our way towards 100,000 subscribers. We're almost at 60,000. It's really, really exciting. So please don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Okay? Anyway, guys, it is time to get going, but I will be on tonight at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. To talk to you guys and chop it up and have a good time with you guys then. So I'll see you guys then. Be good to yourselves. Be good to one another. And I'll see you guys tonight. This is the Pascal Show. Bye.